If I look exhausted today, please forgive me, because I am. I bowled in the Minnesota State Bowling Tournament this weekend down in Owatonna, Minnesota. Shot a 290. That is also the third game this season that I have had all strikes beside one frame. Feels like the Bills in the playoffs, like literally every year, just so close, but no cigar. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL offseason has officially begun. I mean, it's been going on, but there's some fireworks starting to pop now. We'll be talking about all that stuff going on today. Before we hop into it, as always, don't forget to use code WW10 to save yourself a discount on any of Waggle's awesome products. Check out the new Buffalo corduroy hat. And also, don't forget to use code WyattzWorld at sign up on Prize Picks to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. Friendly reminder that the MLB seasonal prediction windows have opened up, but as always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so kicking off with the first piece of, I would say, breaking news that just happened this morning, the Houston Texans have traded for running back David Montgomery. Rest in peace, Sonic and Knuckles. For one, I just think this is kind of funny because there was just drama surrounding the fact that David Montgomery supposedly wanted out, and then he said he didn't want out, and all the fans were like, no, he's not leaving. And then like a day later, his ass is out the door. Full details on the trade, it was like a 5th round pick is what the Texans had to give up, which seems like a steal, but then they also gave up, I think, a tackle, and then they swapped a super late pick too. Personally, from what I had saw, it looked like the Texans had, completely demolished him in the trade, because David Montgomery, in my opinion, could be a number 1 running back, should be a number 1 running back, will be their number 1 running back. But this is also going to entirely free up Jahmyr Gibbs, going to save him a little bit of cap. But you got to wonder who Detroit's now going to bring in to back Gibbs up. My initial thought, I think Aaron Jones would be an absolutely great addition there. Fit that team, fit that offense like a glove. He'd pretty much stay in the NFC North his entire career. A matter of fact, he would. But I'm not sure if that's the route they're going to go. Also, does this entirely confirm that Joe Mixon is just not playing as a Texan ever again? He had just the weirdest disappearance ever. And as far as Woody Marks goes, not saying he can't get better, not saying he didn't show flashes, but 100 out of 100 times I'm picking David Montgomery there. Good ass player, I hope he does well. Here's another trade we had early this morning. The Texans have traded O-lineman Tytus Howard to the Cleveland Browns. This was in exchange for a 5th round pick, and the Browns immediately gave him a 3-year, $69 million contract. I mean, credit to the Texans on, trying to avoid paying him that and, getting some value for it, but their O-line right now, what is it? They were already one of the worst ranked units in the league, if not the worst. I mean, is Joe Mixon going to return 200 pounds heavier and start throwing out some blocks? Just a report here, the Giants are expected to make a strong push for Kenneth Walker. Jeremiah Love is expected to be among the prospects they are expected to discuss deeper into the draft process. Hey, I'm going to say 2 things. One, if Kenneth Walker has the chance to stay on a Super Bowl roster, something tells me it's going to be a little hard to get him off. But 2, money talks. It certainly fucking talks. Also, the thought of joining that team I think would be pretty appealing and exciting to most people, but also, again, a pretty big risk. Moving on, according to Ian Rappaport, Kyler Murray is likely to be released by the Cardinals barring a last-minute trade. And what's crazy about this is there's actually 5 starting quarterbacks from last year who are being released by their teams. You got Kyler, you got Tua, you got Geno, you got Justin Fields, and you got Kirk Cousins. I keep hearing Kyler Murray to the Vikings too. You guys already know how I feel about that. And that's not just because I don't really like the guy. I just don't think he would fit that offense well. But then at the same time, I keep hearing Kirk Cousins back to the Vikings, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I think he would do better than Kyler there, but I also don't think Kirk is going to get us over the hump. I've heard Geno Smith to the Vikings too. I mean, to be honest, he probably wouldn't be that bad, but it's not motivating. I don't know. I feel like majority of these guys are going to find jobs, and it's just going to be one big swap around the league. Just one big circle that rotates with every quarterback just moving down one spot. I honestly think if Kyler went to the Jets, that would not be the worst move by them or him. I mean, I was excited to see Fields there last year, and that blew up in my face, but when Fields was actually, throwing the ball, it obviously was a completely different story. That offense is really good with a dual threat mobile running back. It's just who in their right fucking mind would want to go there right now? Moving on, speaking of the Jets, we have a video of Aaron Glenn falling asleep on TV at the Combine, and this is the funniest thing to actually watch. So to avoid, obviously copyright, I can't show the video, but here's the clip of him sleeping. And it's like that for probably 4 or 5 seconds. Then he gets alerted by somebody, so he spikes his head up, spends the next couple seconds looking around like, oh shit, sees himself on the TV, looks away to be like, okay, I don't want to look like I'm suspicious or anything, and this is the best part. This is the absolute icing on on the cake. The fucking side eye. I just think this is funny for multiple reasons. One, because Aaron Glenn is on the hottest seat in the league right now and then just gets shown on TV whether he's snoozing or just fucking sitting there like this. Either way, he cannot be doing that. What I find even more astounding is the people defending it. You got some people saying, oh, he's just looking down. No, he's not. And then you got the people saying, oh, dude, the combine's boring. I'd be falling asleep too. So you're telling me you're okay with your coach going to the NFL combine, especially if you're coming off of one of the worst performances ever and he's showing sitting there fucking resting his eyes. You're gonna excuse that? Okay, cool. Maybe it might sound like I'm out to get the guy. Maybe it's because I kind of am. I said it at the start of last season. This guy was going to be an atrocious head coach. Here's some news about Arizona. Apparently Jimmy Garoppolo is a strong option for them. I know I said this about Sam Darnold, and maybe it could be about Jimmy Garoppolo too. That sounds like the worst fucking move on both parties imaginable. Well, I guess not so much for him because he's just getting paid more money and he'll get to play, but for them, why? You literally have Jacoby Brissett there right now, who is the same exact thing, if not better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they would be better off with literally any of the other free agents besides maybe Justin Fields. Here's some news regarding everybody's favorite wide receiver and stand-up citizen, great guy, man of the year arguably, Brandon Aiyuk. Adam Schefter said he will be released on the first day of the league year. That would be Wednesday, March 11th, so right when free agency, actually starts to break open there. Question being, who in the absolute fuck is actually gonna want to get him right now? This has got to be a team that deals with problematic players. Honestly, I don't think the Packers will be interested. Dolphins? Maybe. The Raiders would probably be likely. There'd be a lot of jokes made about that. Anybody thinking Buffalo, get the fuck out of here. No. Like, this man had such a fantastic start to his NFL career, and he pissed it away, just like Debo, except much, much worse than Debo. Held out and pissed and moaned for that contract, finally got the contract, and just did absolutely nothing, had a season-ending injury, then wanted to go somewhere else, ended up sitting out the entire season, and then posted a video of him driving by the fucking stadium at like 100 miles an hour. I like the comment down here from Agent Zero. Does he even want to play football? Honestly, does he want to play? That's a great question. And I Love Turtles probably answers that question. No, he got paid, he doesn't care anymore. Gotta love the Kenny Golladay route. And that'll bring us to news about everybody's second favorite receiver, also stand-up citizen and great guy, Stefon Diggs, as the Patriots are forced to make a decision about his future with the team. Now, reading into this more, obviously, they're going to be forced to make this decision under several different accounts, one of them just being the fact that Diggs is 32 years old. He has a $6 million roster bonus that becomes guaranteed on March 13th, and he also has a $20 million base salary and is scheduled to count $26 million against the cap. Now, while Vrabel says that he loved having Diggs on the team and Diggs was a great leader to have in the locker room, they're also going to have to let the legal process play out when it comes to Diggs' assault case. Now, really, judging by how long that plays out, they might have to make this decision sooner or later or prematurely make it. Because if it's not sounding good for him and then all that money is going to get guaranteed on the 13th or whatever, you got to get his ass out of there before then. I also think that's just the signing bonus that's guaranteed. But I imagine they're going to be getting as much information as they possibly can as they lead up into free agency so they know who to look for and how much money they're going to have to spend. Here's a very recent piece of news as of like current time right now. Marshon Lattimore has been released by the Washington Commanders. I'm going to assume this is more of a cap casualty. I feel like if Marshon Lattimore is like fully healthy, he can still provide, some definite help to your defense. But the guy is going to be 29 years old, and I know he did just have like a weapons charge in January. I'm not sure if anything came out of that. Also, he's coming off of an ACL tear, which I think was like closer to the end of the season, so who knows when he'd be ready. If you're asking me though, I think he's going to go right back home. Or he's going to wait and see wherever Mike Evans signs and then sign with a rival. The last bit we got here is on the Mike Evans sweepstake. This is from Jeremy Fowler, but Mike Evans apparently wants a quarterback he believes in, chance at a Super Bowl, a top shelf offensive coordinator, and promise of high volume touches. Bill! Now, I don't know if we have the top shelf OC he wants. Also, I'm just not sure what you're really getting with Mike Evans. Like, I feel like if you're sending him like a 1-year, $10 million deal or something, that's a lot more understandable, but if it's like a fucking 3-year, $45 million deal for him, I want no interest. Love Big Mike, one of his biggest supporters ever. Just, I've dealt with Von Millers. I don't need to do it again. And that is going to do it for today's video and what I would say is the kickoff of NFL free agency, because I think this is like the biggest day we've had since, the end of the season. As always, you guys know I appreciate you for being here, appreciate you for tuning in. Again, I'm always down for video recommendations as we go through the off season. If you have ideas, let me know in the comments. And as always, if you guys want to show support to this video, please do it, because I appreciate any and all help. However, in the meantime, I'm going to get this whipped up so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you in the next video.